We have pedaled our bikes from the Canadian border in Maine and have arrived in our last state. Woo!
We are in Florida. We made it. We're Dre and Wiley from Suits to Sandals. We spent the last 74 days through biking the East Coast Greenway from Maine to Florida with the real star of the show, our Siberian Husky Misha, in tow. Follow along as we navigate our first through biking tour over 2,893 miles down the east coast of the United States. Florida. We have about 46-mile day, 47-mile day, and that'll get us to the coast. And then we're pretty much going to be on the coast the whole entire time in Florida, so that'll be nice. Weather is warming up.
We are in Florida, can you tell? 3-lane highways on both sides. We got a bike lane though. Just had a crazy experience. We're riding through an intersection. I look down, I see 20 bucks on the ground. So I tell Dre to go get it. She comes back with 175 bucks in cash and a couple of checks. So we look around and this guy must have dropped his clipboard from his work truck. It exploded all over the intersection. So we picked up all the invoices, we picked up the checks, picked up the cash, gave him a call. He met us and picked everything up, and he was really happy because he said that we got almost everything that he thinks that was in there. So definitely saved his day. I don't think he ever would have found that if we didn't call him. Florida coast, here we come. Just leaving a nice lunch on Amelia Island. To Sliders, which is right on the beach. I had a blackened chicken sandwich. Trey had some ahi tuna tacos. 1 beer for me, 1 mixed drink for Dre. We're back on the road.
So one of the other issues that we run into with Misha is that because she's diabetic, she has to have a special kind of food. So whenever we go by a pet store that looks like it's big enough, we try and look for her food. And sometimes we have to get it like days before we run out of food, but we just can't run the risk of her switching food and it gets her out of whack and gets her blood sugar high. So we found this little pet place and they actually had her food. So now we should be good for at least probably a week or 10 days.
Mishy.
Finally made it. Florida beach. And it feels like Florida.
Huguenot Memorial Park on our way to St. Augustine. We've got a ferry ride today. It's already 60 degrees or more, so life is good.
It is Saturday and we are on our last ferry. I think this is the last ferry that we're taking. We are going over St. James River. I want to say it's the St. James River. And today we're getting into St. Augustine, Florida. Staying at a KOA.
That did not go as planned. We were taking care of ourselves. We stopped at Dunkin' Donuts, grabbed a nice coffee and a couple of donuts because that's how you roll on a bike trip. And we also checked for a dog park that was in the area. We found one called Brew Hounds, which is actually a really cool concept. It's a dog park that has a bar, so adults can buy adult beverages while their dogs play. There's also a pet food truck, which is basically a little treat store right on the premises, and they outfitted an Airstream for that. So we were like, this is cool. We're definitely down for this. We rolled in, it's open, pulled Maishi out, went up to the front, and did not specify or realize, our fault, not their fault, that we needed vet records to proceed. They want to make sure all the dogs have their shots and are healthy, and I'm sure it's a liability thing because it is a business, it's not just public grounds. So, needless to say, long story short, Maishi Pants is not very happy with us that we teased her with the front gate of a dog park and didn't let her in. And now we're back on the road. So we owe her one big time. She is not happy. So this has been an interesting morning. We just waited at a crossing with another biker, and he had a bike that had a place in front of it for, you know, seating 4 small kids. It's kind of a neat bike they make over in Europe. And I believe his name was Tim, and he was asking us where we're going and what we're up to, and he just happened to have a box of pumpkin spice donuts from a local bakery that they only make during the holiday season. And there happened to be just 2 left out of a dozen, and he was taking them home. And instead, he decided to give them to Dre and I, and they were fantastic. He didn't know we already had Dunkin' Donuts today, so we're not gonna tell him that. So we're at 3 donuts each already. Fantastic, thank you, Tim. And I hope I got your name right. We're in Neptune Beach, giving Maishi a few Maishi miles. And we're in a neighborhood where there's lots of bikers and runners. It's nice to see. It's refreshing. Good. It's like turning the AC on, just ripping on the electric motor. And he's out. It's like a drag race, just and he's out. See ya. So we're biking in Neptune Beach. Very little traffic, very runner and biker friendly. It's got a good feel to it. And not a lot of people out right now. During the summer, I'm sure it's a zoo, but it's pretty nice. One of the realities of bike touring is that almost every single day, we play leapfrog or follow or block a U.S. Postal Service mail delivery person. So it's pretty funny. Like clockwork, we'll just be riding along and we'll be like, whoops, there they are. And then you follow them for a while. Things you see. So we are in a very nice area that we're riding in. And these are untouchable homes. Untouchable. I think it's safe to say we would never reside in a neighborhood like this. Do not have the funds. have one of those.
I like yours better.
Yeah. That? Yep, share the lane. Jesus, this town's crazy.
Yeah.
What just happened?
I don't know.
Like, look at all the stuff. There's people everywhere. There's lines for everything. At 3:30.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a Saturday, but holy. Testing my trailer skills.
It is 10 a.m. on Sunday morning.
That'll stop you.
And we got a flat nail in the tire. We're about 7 miles in for the day. Going to Daytona. Not even out of St. Augustine. So, gotta get this tire changed and gotta get back on the road. A little bit more work when it's the rear tire. What do you think, Maisha? How's it going so far today? Huh? My baby.
So we're leaving St. Augustine, heading to Daytona Beach, Florida. Left this morning at about 9:15. We have a 55 or so mile day ahead of us, so a pretty big day. So we loaded up on calories and carbs at McDonald's, and now we're hitting the road. We're gonna be staying with Uncle Pete and Aunt Bev, as we like to call them. Good friends of ours from the ice cream world. They've got a winter home in Daytona that we're gonna go visit. So, nice little nugget of information. If you're bike touring and you're looking to absolutely load up on calories, when you're at McDonald's, the kiosk will tell you how many calories your meal is. I'm sure that's designed to be a deterrent, but for us, we were going after it this morning. So the big breakfast, the pancakes, the eggs, the sausage, the hash brown, the biscuit, that sucker is 1,034, 35 calories. So there you go. As a bike tour, that's music to my ears. So we both knocked down one of those this morning because we're probably not stopping for a proper lunch. Just gonna snack along the way so we can get to Daytona. Got a split greenway.
So some of the greenways right along A1A. It's a nice little break from being right on the road. They tuck you into this treed area. You can still hear the traffic, but at least you get a little greenery. So tonight the plan is to make it all the way to Daytona so that we can stay with the previous owners that owned the business that we bought. And they also have a bungalow in Florida, so when they weren't working the ice cream business, they were down in Florida soaking up the warm weather. So we are gonna make it to Daytona tonight.
So cruising through Flagler Beach on our way to Daytona. According to this sign right here, we're looking at 21 miles. Try to go around it. Morning, Maishi. How's it going? We are leaving Walmart in Daytona. We're headed to New Smyrna Beach. It's only, I don't know, 13 miles or so, 15 miles with the Walmart diversion. I'll wait for the traffic noise. We are taking a Nero, which is hard to get this lady to do. We are doing a beach afternoon, little motel right outside the beach. And some dinner with our friends. It's gonna be a good time. Bike lane ends, looks the same to me. New Smyrna Beach. That's where we're going. Yeah, we'll hit all the fields today. Coffee, ice cream, good food. Oh yeah. Never gets old. Probably such an over karaoke song. I think there's a list that DJs hate, and that's probably on it.
We left New Smyrna Beach this morning, and our plan is to get south of Titusville. We have two options to stay at tonight. So there's a campground, but I think they're trying to enforce a 2-day night minimum. I don't really want to pay for 2 nights if we're only staying for 1 night. It's 28 bucks a night, so that's a little pricey to camp. Or I reached out to someone on Warm Showers in Merritt Island. It's a little off the trail, but we can camp in his backyard, but we don't have access to shower or bathroom. So we're gonna pop into the campground first, see if we can finagle just to pay for 1 night and not 2 nights. If that works out, we'll stay there. If not, we might continue on to Merritt Island. It looks like it's really pretty, so seems like it'll be nice, but it would be nice to also get a shower tonight. It's a little humid, we're a little sweaty, but we'll see how it goes. And this guy turned 40 today, so yeah, he's officially an old man. So we're married to an old man, but happens, I guess. I don't know where the last 20 years went. I met him when he was 18, so I don't know. He's still pretty cute though. But we are on this greenway for like 30 plus miles. It's called the East Central Region Rail Trail. It's been really nice, and it's just nice to have a greenway again. We haven't had much greenway in Florida. It's been more bike lanes, but I just can't say it enough times. It is nice to just get off the road and get into some wooded areas and not have to listen to cars all the time.
Morning. It's pretty busy. Heading south from New Smyrna Beach. Took a Nero yesterday. Only pedaled 16 miles to get there, and then spent the afternoon checking out the town and the beach. Unfortunately, it wasn't a dog-friendly beach, so we didn't do any beach activities or beach walking, but we were still lazy bums and ate a lot of food and checked out the town. So, heading south, 44 to 50 something miles, depending on where we're gonna stay. We're kind of winging it. Figure it out when we get there.
So looky who we found. Hello. You're Handsome little guy.
Maisha just got her mile in. One of them for the day. You see the tongue hanging out. Back in the cart, catching her breath. Cooling off. Nice long greenway today. East Central Region Rail Trail. It's a mouthful. Wide, flat, perfect. Literally as wide as a road. Oh, that's cool. Blowing it off. I was curious what that guy was up to. Hi there. Maishi, you're looking the wrong way. She didn't even see the horse. At 205 miles from Miami. Getting close.
Last night we stayed at the Manatee Hammock Campground, and the tent sites are pretty close to the water. They got a dog park for it. They have a dog park back there for Maisha, and this is all water. $30 right off the trail, not too bad. For some reason online you can't book one night, but once we showed up it wasn't an issue. But all in all, pretty good site. We are trying to make it to Sebastian Inlet State Park tonight. We don't know if they have availability or not. It's going to be about a 56-mile ride, so we're just going to have to show up and see if they're going to let us in. Sounds like they will, but that's the plan today, 56 miles. The biker hunger is in full effect. We just had breakfast about a half an hour ago, and Wiley found Bagel 13. We're 2 miles into our run and our bike, and we're already stopped to get second breakfast. So this is why it takes us so long to get anywhere.
Your rear tire looks really low. You might have a slow leak or something. Yeah. From here it sure does. This is the type of stuff I don't like doing because I just go into a flop sweat. Yeah. You're less than 20 pounds.
We are about 7 miles in today, and it felt like I was climbing a mountain. I was towing Maishi. I was working way too hard. I had a slow leak in my back tire. We filled it up, and I think not even 2 miles later, it just is losing air again. So we gotta replace the back tube. Hopefully we'll be on our way soon. And yeah, sometimes that's just the way it goes. Getting a lot of flats in Florida.
And we're back. That took a while. Dre's tire had some glass in it that punctured the tube, and it was actually stuck in the tire in 2 spots. So we pried that out, replaced the tube, started rolling, and she had a thud, thud, thud going on underneath her. So we took a look, and the tire didn't seat well in the bead when we were inflating it. So I tried it again, and 95% of the tire is seated in the bead properly. The other little 5%, which is 2 or 3 inches, is not. I filled the tire up 20 psi over what we usually do, and she's riding it, and it's not thudding anymore, which is good. And hopefully it seats itself, or if it didn't already. And then I'll let some air out, and we'll be back where we need to be. So, should have been a quick tube change, turned into something a little bigger. And that just means you're gonna have to pedal harder today to get where we're going. We're not even 10 miles in, it's 11:30. We'd normally be 10 miles in by 10:30. So shorter breaks today, because we have 56 mile day. That's pushing a full day of riding for us. Now we got the boogie.
We have about 6.5 miles left in our day. Today we have just been trying to play catch up all day, so we really haven't vlogged that much. We're a little bit behind. Didn't have time to stop anywhere for lunch. Been snacking at some gas stations along the way. But now we're just trying to get there before the sun sets. Trying to creep down. I think we'll get there. Afraid we'll just be setting up the tent at dusk when all the mosquitoes are out, but at least we'll get there before the sun sets.
Change of plans! Change of plans! Change of plans. Today's the day for change of plans. A couple miles out from the campground that we wanted to stay at. Wasn't sure what time the office closed, so gave them a ring before 5. They were open, and that wasn't the problem. The problem was they don't have any sites. So they had 0 tent sites available. And the guy yesterday told me that they usually have walk-in tent sites that aren't even available for booking online, so we should be fine. So luckily we were a few miles out. There's a county park that we're going to right now. They have availability. It's about a mile out of the way, but there it is, Long Point Park. They're taking us in. So, good thing we called. Otherwise we would have been backtracking or going much farther looking for a place to stay. So, it's good stuff. And Maisha's trailer has a flat tire.
So last night we got woken up several times. We had an invader, 2 raccoons, and they got into Wiley's pannier, ripped it open. They did get away with some Pop-Tarts and tried to get away with the dog food, but unfortunately chewed a hole right through his pannier. These panniers have been fantastic the whole way, and they just chewed right through it. Maisha basically was just doing this the whole entire time. She slept through everything while I was running out of the tent and chasing after him. So, not the best guard dog to have to keep rodents away.
Good morning. We are leaving Long Point Park, which is where we decided to stay last night, last minute, because the place down the road that we were intending to stay on was full. So, like I said before, good thing we called them. Worked out perfect. This place was nice. It They had really, really good camp spots, all mostly with water views or water access. So awesome place for kayaking, fishing, paddleboarding, whatever you want to do. Lots of wildlife. Nice starry evening. We saw a big shooting star last night, huge one with the tail. Comet. It had a green tail. Our guard dog, Sleepy Susan, right here, she did not even know that there was raccoons in the area last night. Not the most observant in her old age, but what can we do? Just passing Sebastian Inlet State Park. That's where we were supposed to stay last night. $20 miles in, Maisha time. Give her about a mile or so before we get back to it. We're gonna cross the bridge, go into the mainland, and heading south to Stuart. The little lizards like to bask in the sun on the sidewalk. So as you're riding along, they dart mostly to the right for some reason. They're very fast and they jump when they get to the grass, so it's pretty funny. Every once in a while they hesitate and you think you're gonna run them over. For the most part, you don't. ECG South. Nice. Haven't seen many of those signs lately. That's where we're going.
It is noon and we are 31 miles into our day today. We are about to go over the causeway to get back onto the mainland. We're no longer going to be on the inlet. And yeah, we had 30 miles of sidewalk, which was really nice. We prefer to take, if the sidewalk's in good condition, the sidewalk over the side of the road. Just with Maisha, it's a little bit safer for everybody. But yeah, today's been a fantastic day. No issues with the bike. Looks like we'll get into Stuart at a very reasonable time today, so that's nice. And then hopefully be able to clean up and have a nice dinner, some real food. We've been camping several nights in a row, so it'll be nice to have a little air conditioning at night, get a little pampered. And we need to resupply at some point because I think we're down to basically one thing of ramen noodles, a packet of mashed potatoes, and some Propel to flavor our water. That's all about what we have left. Maisha already got her miles in for the day. If we get in really early, we'll probably take her around in the evening time to get a little bit more exercise, because yesterday, with the day that we were having flat tires and all the setbacks, she didn't get any exercise yesterday. So we want to make sure we keep our puppy healthy on these trips. She's always our #1 priority.
Digging the green bike lane. Nice. Hopefully people can see that. So we're in the bike lane. We're on the sidewalk instead of the bike lane. The bike lane's over there where all those orange cones are. And heads up, I think today, yeah. All right, Florida. Try that again. Oh yeah, another one. All right. So, as I was saying, where all those orange cones are is the bike lane, which has actually been painting in some states a very fluorescent green, which we're a big fan of because hopefully people can see it. Also, I think the reason the cones are there is because I think they're painting it today. So that's pretty cool. Go Florida. I wish I could enjoy it, but they gotta work on it. But Route 1's not fun, even with a bright green lane. There is a lot of traffic. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
We are on the last 8 miles of our day, 8 miles outside of Stuart, Florida. So far so good. When we had to bump back onto Route 1, just tons and tons of traffic. The nice thing though is if we had come through tomorrow, the bike lane would have been painted. It was really nice because in the intersections they're painting it like a neon green. And it's just really easy to see for the drivers and the bikers to see where the bike lane is. Great stuff to see because on certain sections of Route 1 that we went through today, it was 7 lanes on each side, 5 to 7 lanes, and it was just a little crazy. So if we came through tomorrow, we would have been able to enjoy it. Instead, we had to take half of it on the sidewalk just because there was a lot of construction because they were painting the bike lane, but good stuff. Way to keep bikers safe in Florida because, man, these drivers are crazy. We're about less than 3 miles out, and Maisha saw the Greenway, so she wanted to get out. So she's gonna get a little bit more of a walk today. She lets us know when she wants to get out. She'll whine a little bit.